You think success happens during the day. You believe the money is made in the morning meetings, in the hustle, in the grind, in the noise of the marketplace. You are wrong. The true battle for your destiny is fought in the silence of your bedroom, in those final moments before sleep claims your consciousness. While 99% of humanity collapses into bed with their minds full of worry, complaint, and the chaos of the day, 1% engages in a ritual so powerful it reshapes their entire existence. This is not about meditation apps. This is not about gratitude journals that you abandon after 3 days. This is about something far more fundamental, far more powerful than any morning routine you have ever heard about. Listen carefully. Your subconscious mind is a garden. For 8 hours every night, it grows whatever seeds you planted in those last precious minutes before sleep. Most people plant weeds. They replay their failures. They rehearse their fears. They fall asleep to the television feeding them murder, scandal, and disaster. Then they wake up wondering why their lives feel like a nightmare they cannot escape. The 1%? They plant deliberately. They plant with precision. They understand a law that governs all human achievement, a principle that separates those who command life from those who are commanded by it. The last thought you hold before sleep becomes the first seed of tomorrow's harvest. You have been careless with this power. You have treated these moments as insignificant. You scroll through your phone, absorbing the opinions of strangers, the highlight reels of others, the manufactured outrage designed to keep you angry and afraid. You bring all of that poison into your subconscious mind and wonder why you wake up exhausted, anxious, and without purpose. From this day forward, that ends. What I am about to share with you is not theory. It is not motivation that fades by morning. It is a systematic approach to programming your mind for success while you sleep, the exact mental discipline that separates those who build empires from those who serve them. But I must warn you. This will require something most people refuse to give: responsibility. Total, absolute responsibility for the condition of your mind and therefore the condition of your life. Before we continue, if you are ready to stop being a victim of your own mental habits, subscribe to this channel right now. And comment below where you are watching from, because I want to know where in the world people are finally waking up to their own power. Now, let us begin. There is a law operating in your life right now, whether you acknowledge it or not. This law is as reliable as gravity. It cannot be negotiated with. It cannot be avoided. It operates with mathematical precision in every human life, in every moment, without exception. Here it is: your subconscious mind accepts and acts upon whatever your conscious mind habitually feeds it. Read that again. Let it penetrate deeply. Your subconscious mind does not judge. It does not filter. It does not ask whether the thought you are feeding it is true or false, helpful or harmful, based on fact or pure fantasy. It simply accepts. It receives. It acts. During your waking hours, your conscious mind has some measure of control. You can choose, to some degree, where you direct your attention. You can resist certain thoughts. You can argue with reality. You can pretend. But when you sleep, the conscious guard drops. The gatekeeper steps aside. Your subconscious mind takes full command of your mental factory. And it works all night long, processing, organizing, and creating according to the blueprint you gave it in those final moments before sleep. This is why the 1% guards those final minutes before sleep with the same intensity that a general guards his supply lines. They understand that this is when the orders are given. This is when the mission parameters are set. This is when tomorrow's reality begins to take shape in the invisible realm of thought. What are you creating in those moments? If you fall asleep worried about money, your subconscious mind spends 8 hours reinforcing pathways of scarcity, finding evidence of lack, and preparing you to experience more situations that confirm your poverty. If you fall asleep angry at someone who wronged you, your mind rehearses conflict, strengthens resentment, and ensures you wake up in a fighting stance against the world. If you fall asleep feeling like a victim, you wake up looking for someone to blame. If you fall asleep feeling powerless, you wake up waiting for permission. If you fall asleep feeling unworthy, you wake up sabotaging every opportunity that comes your way. This is the law. This is the principle. This is the invisible mechanism that creates your visible results. Now understand this: the 1% has not mastered some secret the universe hid from you. They have simply accepted responsibility for what they are creating. They have stopped being casual about their mental diet. They have recognized that the mind is the most powerful force they will ever command, and like any powerful force, it must be directed with intention. You have been drifting. You have been allowing random thoughts, other people's opinions, media programming, and the accumulated stress of the day to be the last thing your subconscious mind receives before it goes to work on your behalf. This is like giving a master craftsman broken materials and then complaining about the quality of what he builds. Your subconscious mind is the master craftsman. It will build magnificently. It will work tirelessly. It will create with absolute fidelity to the materials you provide. But if you give it fear, it builds scenarios of danger. If you give it doubt, it builds evidence of impossibility. If you give it resentment, it builds walls between you and every good thing trying to reach you. The 1% understands this. They do not hope for success. They do not wish for better circumstances. They systematically program their subconscious mind every single night with the exact outcomes, feelings, and beliefs they intend to experience. This is not wishful thinking. This is applied psychology. This is the practical use of mental laws that have governed human achievement since the beginning of recorded history. Every great fortune began as a thought held with emotional intensity. Every great achievement began as a mental image rehearsed until it felt real. Every person who has risen from poverty to wealth, from obscurity to influence, from weakness to power, has done so by first winning the battle in their own mind. And most of that battle was won in the silence of the night, in those precious moments before sleep, when they chose what seeds to plant in the garden of their subconscious. You have access to the same law, the same principle, the same power. But you must use it. You must apply it. You must treat those final moments before sleep as the most important appointment of your day. Right now, as you hear these words, your conscious mind is evaluating. It is deciding whether to accept this truth or reject it. It is looking for exceptions, for reasons why this might not apply to you, for evidence that contradicts what I am saying. That is what the conscious mind does. It protects. It questions. It resists change. But deep beneath that resistance, your subconscious mind is listening. It is open. It is ready. It has been waiting for someone to give it clear direction instead of confused noise. From this moment forward, you have a choice. You can continue to be careless with the most powerful force you possess. You can keep falling asleep to distractions, worries, and mental garbage. You can keep wondering why your life does not change despite your efforts. Or you can join the 1%. You can accept full responsibility for programming your own mind. You can guard those final minutes before sleep as though your entire future depends on them. Because it does. Your future is not determined by the economy. It is not determined by your past. It is not determined by what anyone else thinks of you or does to you. Your future is being determined right now, tonight, by what you allow into your subconscious mind in those final moments before sleep. The person who controls this process controls their destiny. The person who ignores this process becomes a victim of random circumstance, drifting wherever the currents of life push them. Which will you be? The 1% made their choice long ago. They chose to take command. They chose to be deliberate. They chose to plant the right seeds every single night, regardless of what happened during the day. And over time, those seeds grew into the life they now live. The wealth they now enjoy. The influence they now command. The peace they now feel. None of it was an accident. All of it was consequence. Direct consequence of mastering this one principle. Your subconscious mind will create your tomorrow based on the instructions you give it tonight. This is the law. This is the truth. This is your opportunity. The question is not whether this works. The question is whether you will work it. The 1% works it every single night without exception. They understand that consistency in the invisible realm creates miracles in the visible realm. They know that one night of proper mental programming is good, but 1,000 nights of proper mental programming is transformational. You are holding the key to your own transformation. But a key does not open a door by itself. You must pick it up. You must insert it. You must turn it. Starting tonight, you will do exactly that. You will take full possession of those final moments before sleep. You will guard them. You will use them. You will transform them from wasted time into your most powerful daily ritual. Everything you want begins here. Everything you will become starts with what you plant in your mind tonight, and every night for the rest of your life. The 1% knows this. Now you know it too. The only question remaining is what you will do with this knowledge. Now let me show you where you are failing. Let me show you exactly how you are sabotaging yourself every single night without realizing it. This will be uncomfortable. Truth often is. But comfort is the enemy of growth, and you did not come here to stay comfortable. You came here to change. So let us shine a light on the habits that are keeping you trapped. You bring the day into your bed. Every argument. Every frustration. Every person who disrespected you. Every bill you cannot pay. Every goal you did not reach. You replay it all like a movie you are forced to watch over and over. You think this is normal. You think this is just processing the day. You tell yourself you need to decompress. What you are actually doing is programming failure. You are rehearsing victimhood. You are strengthening every neural pathway connected to stress, anger, fear, and helplessness. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between what you vividly imagine and what you actually experience. When you replay that argument, your body releases the same stress hormones. When you worry about money, your mind activates the same scarcity responses. When you feel sorry for yourself, you are literally training yourself to be helpless. And then you sleep on it. You marinate in it for 8 hours while your subconscious mind does its work, not knowing that the work it is doing is building your prison stronger. The 99% does this every night. They fall asleep as victims. They wake up as victims. And they spend their entire lives wondering why victimhood follows them everywhere. Listen carefully. Your subconscious mind is your most loyal servant. It will give you exactly what you keep showing it. If you keep showing it evidence that life is hard, people are against you, and success is for others, it will find more evidence to prove you right. It is not trying to hurt you. It is trying to serve you. But you keep giving it the wrong instructions. Here is another mistake you are making: you seek distraction instead of direction. You know you feel anxious, so you reach for your phone. You scroll. You watch. You consume. You fill your mind with whatever the algorithm decides you should see. Other people's lives. Other people's problems. Other people's opinions. Other people's highlight reels that make you feel inadequate. Other people's disasters that make you feel afraid. None of this serves you. None of this builds you. None of this moves you closer to the life you claim you want. But it is easy. It requires no effort. It demands no discipline. So you choose it. And then you wonder why you feel so empty, so directionless, so controlled by forces outside yourself. The 1% does not seek distraction. They seek direction. They know exactly what they want their subconscious mind to work on while they sleep, and they refuse to dilute that message with random noise. You also make this mistake: you wait to feel successful before you act successful. You tell yourself, when I have money, I will feel abundant. When I have love, I will feel worthy. When I have recognition, I will feel confident. So every night, you fall asleep feeling the lack. Feeling the absence. Feeling the distance between where you are and where you want to be. And your subconscious mind receives that message loud and clear: you are separate from what you want. It is out there. You do not have it. You are not it. So it creates more separation. More distance. More experiences that confirm you are not the person who has those things. The 1% understands the reversal. They feel successful before the evidence arrives. They embody abundance before the money comes. They claim the identity before they have the credentials. Not through delusion. Through decision. Through deliberate mental discipline. Through the understanding that your subconscious mind responds to feeling, not facts. If you fall asleep feeling poor, you wake up creating poverty. If you fall asleep feeling powerful, you wake up creating power. This is the law. It does not care about your current circumstances. It only cares about your dominant mental state. Another critical error: you make your last thoughts about other people instead of yourself. You fall asleep thinking about what someone said. What someone did. What someone thinks of you. Whether someone respects you. Whether someone loves you. Whether someone will help you. Your power is completely external. Your worth is in someone else's hands. Your future depends on whether other people cooperate with your plans. This is mental slavery. This is giving away your power every single night and then waking up wondering why you feel powerless. The 1% makes their last thoughts about their own vision, their own purpose, their own character, their own growth. Not from selfishness, but from understanding. You cannot control other people. You can only control yourself. So why would you give the most important moments of your day to things you cannot control? When you fall asleep focused on others, you wake up reactive. When you fall asleep focused on your own mission, you wake up proactive. One creates victims. The other creates victors. You also sabotage yourself through inconsistency. One night you try something positive. You feel good about it. You fall asleep with an empowering thought. The next night you forget. The night after that you are too tired. The night after that something upset you and you fall back into old patterns. You treat your mind like a hobby instead of a discipline. You are casual with the most powerful tool you possess. And then you are shocked when your results are casual, inconsistent, and disappointing. The 1% does not negotiate with themselves. They do not skip the process because they are tired or upset. They understand that the ritual is not optional if they want exceptional results. You practice mental discipline when it is convenient. They practice mental discipline especially when it is not. This is the difference. This is why they live in a different reality than you. Here is the uncomfortable truth you must face: you are getting exactly what you are programming yourself to receive. Not what you want. Not what you wish for. Not what you tell people you are working toward. What you are actually programming yourself to receive through the habitual thoughts and feelings you carry into sleep. If your life is struggle, you are programming struggle. If your life is scarcity, you are programming scarcity. If your life is conflict, you are programming conflict. This is not judgment. This is diagnosis. And you cannot heal what you refuse to acknowledge. The 99% blame circumstances. They blame the economy, their upbringing, their boss, their spouse, their luck. The 1% takes full responsibility. They look at their results and ask, what am I doing mentally that is creating this? What am I believing that is producing this outcome? And then they change the internal pattern, knowing the external results will follow. You have been doing this backward. You have been trying to change your circumstances while keeping the same mental patterns. This is why nothing fundamentally changes. You might get a temporary win, but you always return to your baseline because your baseline is set by your habitual mental state. That baseline is being set every single night in those final moments before sleep. Right now, for most of you, that baseline is set by worry, distraction, resentment, and unconscious consumption of whatever crosses your path. This must end. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Tonight. The 1% became the 1% by refusing to be casual about their mind. They guarded it. They directed it. They programmed it with the same precision that an engineer programs a machine. Your mind is the machine that creates your life. It is time you learn to operate it properly. Now I will show you the new way. The way the 1% thinks. The way they operate. The way they transform those final moments before sleep into their greatest competitive advantage. This requires a fundamental shift in how you see yourself and your relationship to success. First, you must accept this truth: you are not pursuing success. You are becoming successful. These are not the same thing. Pursuit implies distance. Pursuit implies separation. Pursuit implies that success is outside of you, running away from you, and you must chase it down and capture it. Becoming is different. Becoming means the transformation is happening inside you. It means success is not a destination but a state of being. It means you are closing the gap not by reaching outward but by evolving inward. The 1% does not fall asleep chasing. They fall asleep becoming. They do not visualize what they want as something distant. They embody it as something present. They claim it in their mind and emotions before it manifests in their circumstances. This is not pretending. This is programming. This is giving your subconscious mind clear instructions about who you are becoming so it can orchestrate the circumstances, ideas, and opportunities that match that identity. Your subconscious mind is always answering one question: who am I? Whatever answer you give it, consistently and with feeling, becomes your reality. If you fall asleep saying, "I am struggling, I am stuck, I am unlucky," your subconscious mind says, "Yes, you are," and creates accordingly. If you fall asleep saying, "I am growing, I am capable, I am attracting opportunity," your subconscious mind says, "Yes, you are," and creates accordingly. The 1% has trained themselves to give the right answer every single night without exception. Second truth you must accept: your emotions are not reactions. They are choices. You have been taught that emotions happen to you. Someone makes you angry. A situation makes you anxious. A bill makes you afraid. This is a lie that keeps you powerless. Emotions are generated by thought. Change the thought, and the emotion changes. Direct the thought, and you direct the emotion. The 1% does not fall asleep at the mercy of whatever emotions the day created. They deliberately generate the emotions they want their subconscious mind to process during sleep. They choose gratitude even when the day was difficult. They choose confidence even when they do not have all the answers. They choose peace even when there are problems to solve. Not because they are delusional. Because they are strategic. Because they understand that the emotional state they fall asleep in becomes the foundation of tomorrow's experience. You wake up in the same emotional state you fell asleep in, unless you deliberately change the program. If you fall asleep anxious, you wake up anxious. If you fall asleep defeated, you wake up defeated. If you fall asleep in a state of possibility and power, you wake up in a state of possibility and power. This is the new way of thinking. This is the shift that changes everything. Third truth: discipline is love. You have been taught that discipline is harsh, restrictive, punishing. You resist it. You avoid it. You negotiate with it. The 1% understands that discipline is the highest form of self-love. It is saying to yourself, "I care enough about my future to control my present. I care enough about who I am becoming to manage who I am right now." When you discipline your mind in those final moments before sleep, you are not restricting yourself. You are liberating yourself. You are freeing yourself from the chaos of random thought and the tyranny of circumstance. Every night that you take control of your mental state before sleep, you are building sovereignty. You are declaring that your mind belongs to you, not to the world, not to other people, not to your past. This is power. Real power. The only power that matters. The 1% does not hope for a better tomorrow. They construct it in their mind tonight with disciplined thought and deliberate emotion. Fourth truth, you must become selectively ignorant. The world will feed you information 24 hours a day. News. Opinions. Crises. Drama. Fear. Outrage. Entertainment. Distraction. All of it wants your attention. All of it wants access to your mind. The 1% guards their mind like a fortress. They are extremely selective about what they allow in, especially in those final hours before sleep. They do not watch the news before bed. They do not scroll social media. They do not engage in difficult conversations. They do not consume content that agitates or disturbs. This is not avoidance. This is wisdom. This is understanding that your mental state before sleep is too valuable to be given away to things that do not serve your growth. You must become selectively ignorant about things that do not matter. You must protect your mind from pollution. You must treat your consciousness like the sacred ground it is. The 99% consumes everything and wonders why they feel poisoned. The 1% consumes strategically and creates clarity, focus, and power. Fifth truth, success is built in private. The rituals that change your life are not performed on stage. They are not posted on social media. They are not witnessed by anyone but you. Those final moments before sleep are private. What you do there, no one sees. No one applauds. No one validates. This is where character is built. This is where the real work happens. This is where you prove to yourself that you are serious about transformation. The 1% does not need external validation for their nightly ritual. They do it in silence, in private, with no audience but their own conscience. They know that what is done in secret will be rewarded openly. They know that private discipline creates public success. You must develop the same commitment. You must be willing to do the work when no one is watching, when no one cares, when no one would know if you skipped it. This is integrity. This is self-respect. This is the foundation of lasting success. Sixth truth, your mind responds to command, not request. When you approach your mind with weakness, with hope, with pleading, it does not respond powerfully. I hope I feel better tomorrow. Maybe I can make this work. I wish things were different. This is begging. This generates nothing. The 1% commands their mind with authority. Not with force, but with certainty. Not with aggression, but with decision. I am creating this. I am becoming this. This is who I am now. Your subconscious mind responds to this tone. It recognizes authority. It follows clear direction. You must learn to speak to yourself with power. Not arrogance. Not delusion. But with the calm, firm certainty of someone who knows they are the captain of their own mind. Every night before sleep, you are giving orders to your subconscious. Make sure those orders are clear, direct, and powerful. Seventh truth, this is not about one night. This is about becoming a different person. The 1% does not do this ritual hoping for a miracle tomorrow. They do it knowing that consistent application over time creates a fundamental transformation in who they are. One night of proper mental programming feels good. 100 nights begins to change your baseline. 1,000 nights creates a completely different person living in a completely different reality. You are not trying to fix tomorrow. You are reconstructing yourself at the deepest level. This requires patience. This requires faith. This requires the willingness to do the work even when you do not see immediate results. The 1% has this patience. They trust the process. They know the law is working even when they cannot see the evidence yet. You must develop the same trust. You must be willing to plant seeds tonight knowing you will not harvest tomorrow. But knowing, with absolute certainty, that harvest will come. This is the new way of thinking. This is the mental revolution that separates those who succeed from those who struggle. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a creator of experience. And the most powerful tool you have is your mind in those final moments before sleep. From tonight forward, you will use that tool properly. You will respect its power. You will direct it with intention. The 1% is not more talented than you. They are more disciplined, more intentional, more consistent. You can join them. The door is open. The path is clear. All that remains is your decision to walk it. Now I will give you the exact process. The specific steps the 1% uses every single night to program their subconscious mind for success. This is not theory. This is practice. This is what you will begin doing tonight and every night for the rest of your life. Step 1. Create the boundary. 1 hour before sleep, you close the gates. No more input from the outside world. No news. No social media. No email. No difficult conversations. No problem solving. No consumption of content that is not deliberately chosen to support your mental state. This is non-negotiable. This is the foundation of everything that follows. The 1% treats this boundary with absolute seriousness. They understand that the mind needs time to transition from the chaos of the day to the clarity required for proper programming. You may resist this. You will have excuses. You will say you need to check one more thing, answer one more message, watch one more video. These are the negotiations of the 99%. They are why the 99% stays where they are. Set the boundary. Defend the boundary. Respect the boundary. Your mind is preparing for 8 hours of subconscious processing. It needs clean input, not garbage collected in the final moments before sleep. Step 2. Clear the day. In those final 60 minutes, you must process what happened during the day and then release it. You do not bring it into your bed. You do not carry it into your sleep. Take 10 minutes to write. Not on your phone. On paper. Write down what happened. What you accomplished. What frustrated you. What you learned. What you need to handle tomorrow. This is not journaling for journaling's sake. This is transferring the mental load from your mind onto paper so your mind is not trying to process it while you sleep. The 1% does not suppress emotions or ignore problems. They acknowledge them, learn from them, and then put them aside. They do not allow the day to contaminate the night. When you finish writing, say out loud, "The day is complete. I have learned what I needed to learn. I now release it and prepare my mind for tomorrow's success." This verbal declaration signals to your subconscious that you are transitioning. You are moving from reaction to creation. Step 3. State your identity. Now you speak directly to your subconscious mind. You declare who you are becoming. Not who you hope to be. Who you are. This is where most people fail. They speak with doubt, with hope, with "I want to be," or "I wish I was." The 1% speaks in present tense with absolute certainty. Stand or sit in a position of power. Shoulders back. Spine straight. Look at yourself in the mirror if possible. And speak these truths out loud. I am a person of value. I create value wherever I go. I am worthy of success. I am capable of achieving my goals. I am disciplined in my thoughts and actions. I am growing stronger every day. I attract opportunity because I am prepared for opportunity. I am becoming the person my future requires me to be. You will customize these statements to your specific goals and character development. But the pattern remains the same: present tense. Certain tone. Declarations of identity, not wishes. Say them with your voice. Not in your head. Your voice carries vibration. Your subconscious mind responds more powerfully to spoken word. Do this every single night. The same statements. The repetition is not boring. The repetition is programming. Step 4. Visualize the next level. Now you sit or lie down in a comfortable position. You close your eyes. And you create a mental movie of yourself living at the next level of success. Not fantasy. Not winning the lottery or becoming famous overnight. A realistic, detailed picture of yourself operating at a higher level. See yourself making better decisions. Handling challenges with calm confidence. Speaking with authority. Managing money wisely. Treating people with respect. Working with focus. Creating value. The details matter. The more specific your visualization, the more powerfully your subconscious mind can work with it. Do not just see the external success. Feel the internal state. How do you feel when you are that person? Confident? Peaceful? Purposeful? Powerful? Generate that feeling now. Feel it in your body. Let it fill you. Your subconscious mind does not distinguish between vividly imagined experience and actual experience. When you feel successful in your visualization, you are programming your mind to create circumstances that match that feeling. The 1% does this for at least 10 minutes every night. They see themselves succeeding. They feel themselves winning. They experience the reality they are creating before it manifests physically. This is not daydreaming. This is deliberate mental rehearsal. This is how every elite performer in every field prepares for peak performance. Your life is your performance. Rehearse excellence before you sleep, and you will perform excellence when you wake. Step 5. Express gratitude strategically. Most people think gratitude means being thankful for what you have. The 1% uses gratitude as a programming tool. They express gratitude for 3 categories. First, gratitude for what is. Acknowledge 3 specific things that are already working in your life. No matter how small. This tells your subconscious mind to look for what is working, not just what is broken. Second, gratitude for what you learned. Acknowledge what the day taught you. Even difficulties are data. Even failures are feedback. Be grateful for the growth. Third, and most powerful, gratitude for what is coming. Be grateful for the goals as if they are already accomplished. Be grateful for the transformation as if it is already complete. I am grateful for the financial abundance flowing into my life. I am grateful for the opportunities that are appearing. I am grateful for the person I am becoming. This is not delusion. This is telling your subconscious mind what to create. When you are grateful for something before it arrives, you are programming expectation. You are programming worthiness. You are programming reception. The subconscious mind moves toward what you focus on with feeling. Gratitude is feeling. Direct it toward your future, not just your past. Step 6. Plant the seed statement. This is the final step before sleep. This is the last thought you consciously hold before surrendering to unconsciousness. You create one simple statement that captures your primary intention. One sentence. No more. I am attracting abundant income through valuable service. I am becoming a person of unshakable confidence. I am creating a life of purpose and impact. I am solving problems with creativity and calm. Whatever your focus is, create one clear, powerful statement in present tense. Say it slowly. Say it with feeling. Say it 10 times as you are falling asleep. Let it be the last thing your conscious mind transmits to your subconscious mind before sleep. This seed statement becomes the assignment for your subconscious mind during the night. It will work on this. It will find solutions. It will create pathways. It will prepare you for opportunities related to this statement. The 1% never falls asleep with random thoughts. They always plant the seed deliberately. They give their subconscious mind clear direction about what to work on during the night. One statement. Every night. Repeated until sleep comes. This is the discipline. This is the practice. This is what separates those who control their destiny from those who are controlled by circumstance. Step 7. Consistency over intensity. Understand this clearly. One night of this practice is interesting. 30 nights is noticeable. 90 nights is transformational. 365 nights creates a completely different human being. The 1% does not do this when they feel like it. They do it every single night without exception. Tired or energized. Good day or terrible day. Home or traveling. Healthy or sick. The ritual is non-negotiable because the results are non-negotiable. You will be tested. Some nights you will be exhausted. Some nights you will be upset. Some nights you will want to skip it. This is where you prove whether you are serious. This is where character is forged. Do not aim for perfection. Aim for consistency. If you miss a step some nights, do what you can. But never skip the entire process. Never go to sleep unconscious of what you are programming. The compound effect of this nightly ritual cannot be calculated intellectually. It must be experienced. But I promise you this, if you guard those final moments before sleep and use them with intention for 90 consecutive nights, your life will begin to change in ways you cannot predict. Ideas will come. Opportunities will appear. People will show up. Doors will open. Not by magic. By the systematic application of mental law. Your subconscious mind is always working. The question is whether it is working for you or against you. Whether it is building your dream or your nightmare. Starting tonight, it works for you. Starting tonight, you take command. Starting tonight, you join the 1% in the practice that creates lasting success. These 7 steps are your roadmap. Follow them precisely. Follow them persistently. Follow them with faith that the law is working even when you cannot see the evidence yet. This is not about motivation. This is about transformation. And transformation requires discipline applied consistently over time. You now have the tools. You now have the knowledge. You now have the exact process. The only question remaining is whether you will use them. You stand at a crossroads tonight. Not a metaphorical crossroads. A real one. An actual moment of decision that will determine the trajectory of your life from this point forward. On one side is the path you have been walking. The path of casual thinking. Random mental consumption. Unconscious habits. The path where you collapse into bed carrying the weight of the day and wake up carrying the same weight. This path leads to more of what you already have. More struggle. More confusion. More feeling like life is happening to you instead of through you. More years passing without fundamental change. On the other side is the path of the 1%. The path of mental discipline. Intentional programming. Deliberate creation. The path where you command your mind before sleep and wake up prepared to command your day. This path leads to transformation. To power. To results that seem miraculous to others but are simply the consequence of applying law. You must choose. Right now. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Tonight. Understand this clearly, nothing changes if you do not change first. Your circumstances are not the problem. Your thinking is the problem. Your unconscious mental habits are the problem. Your casual approach to the most powerful tool you possess is the problem. Change the thinking, and the circumstances must change. This is law. This is principle. This is not up for debate. But the thinking will only change if you take control of it. If you discipline it. If you program it deliberately instead of allowing it to be programmed by default. Those final moments before sleep are where this control is established. That is where the battle is won or lost. That is where you either claim your power or give it away. For too long, you have been giving it away. You have been surrendering the most important moments of your day to distraction, worry, and unconscious consumption. You have been planting weeds in your mental garden and wondering why your harvest is disappointing. From tonight forward, that ends. From tonight forward, you plant deliberately. You plant with purpose. You plant the exact seeds that will grow into the life you claim you want. This is not about adding another task to your day. This is about reclaiming sovereignty over your own mind. This is about remembering that you are the creator of your experience, not the victim of your circumstances. The 1% knows this. They live from this knowing. They operate from this power. And now you know it too. The difference between you and them is no longer knowledge. The difference is application. They apply what they know every single night without fail. They guard those final moments before sleep like their future depends on it. Because it does. And so does yours. You will face resistance. Your old habits will pull at you. Your comfort zone will call you back. The voice of doubt will whisper that this is too simple, too small, not dramatic enough to matter. That voice is a liar. That voice has kept you trapped. That voice serves the version of you that is afraid of power, afraid of responsibility, afraid of becoming who you are capable of becoming. Silence that voice with action. Starting tonight. Not with perfection. With commitment. Commit to guarding that final hour before sleep. Commit to the 7-step process. Commit to speaking to your subconscious mind with clarity and authority. Commit to planting the right seeds every single night regardless of how you feel. This commitment is everything. This commitment separates those who transform from those who merely talk about transformation. You have talked long enough. You have wished long enough. You have hoped long enough. Now you act. Now you apply. Now you become the person who controls their mind instead of being controlled by it. Your future self is watching you right now. The version of you that is living the life you dream about is waiting to see if you will do what is necessary to become them. They are not begging you. They are not pleading with you. They are simply waiting. Because they know that they can only exist if you make the decision tonight to start building them. Every night that you program your mind properly, you take one step closer to becoming that person. Every night that you fall asleep with intention, you close the gap between who you are and who you are capable of being. 1,000 nights from now, you will look back at this moment and realize this was when everything changed. This was when you stopped drifting and started directing. This was when you stopped being a victim and started being a creator. But that only happens if you begin tonight. Not with hope. With decision. Not with motivation. With discipline. Not with perfection. With consistency. The 1% does not have more time than you. They do not have more opportunity than you. They do not have more potential than you. They have more discipline. More intention. More respect for the power of their own mind. You can develop the same discipline. You can operate with the same intention. You can access the same power. The door is open. The path is clear. The process is simple. All that stands between you and the life you want is the decision to take control of those final moments before sleep and use them to program success instead of rehearsing failure. Make that decision now. Not in your head. Out loud. Say it, I commit to taking control of my mind before sleep every single night. Say it again. I commit to programming my subconscious mind for success every single night. One more time. I am the creator of my life, and I take full responsibility for what I create in my mind tonight and every night. This is your declaration. This is your commitment. This is your new identity. You are no longer someone who drifts into sleep unconsciously. You are someone who uses sleep as a tool for transformation. You are no longer someone who hopes for change. You are someone who systematically creates change through mental discipline. You are no longer someone who waits for life to improve. You are someone who improves themselves and watches life respond accordingly. This is who you are becoming. Starting tonight. Starting with those final moments before sleep. The 1% will continue their practice tonight, as they do every night. They will guard their mind. They will program their subconscious. They will plant seeds of success. And tomorrow, they will wake up slightly more aligned with their goals, slightly more powerful, slightly more capable. They will do this again tomorrow night. And the night after. And the night after that. Over time, those slight improvements compound into extraordinary results. Into lives that seem impossible to the 99% who never understood the power of consistency. You now understand. You now know. You now have the exact tools. Join them. Not tomorrow. Tonight. Your destiny is not determined by where you were born, who your parents were, what education you received, or what opportunities you have been given. Your destiny is determined by what you plant in your subconscious mind in those final moments before sleep, night after night after night, until the harvest of your disciplined thinking becomes the reality of your lived experience. Plant well. Plant deliberately. Plant with the certainty that the law will honor your consistency. And watch your life transform in ways you cannot yet imagine but are about to experience. The 1% is not elite because they were chosen. They are elite because they chose themselves. They chose to take control. They chose to be disciplined. They chose to honor the power they possessed. Make the same choice. Tonight. And every night for the rest of your life. Your transformation begins the moment you close your eyes with intention instead of exhaustion, with vision instead of worry, with seeds of success instead of seeds of defeat. That moment is coming soon. Be ready for it. Honor it. Use it. Your future is waiting. And it begins tonight, in the silence of your bedroom, in the privacy of your own mind, in those final sacred moments before sleep. Guard them. Use them. Transform through them. This is your time. This is your power. This is your path. Walk it.